Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command as always. So, just before we start, thank you to all the new subscribers once again. Don't forget to keep hitting that subscribe button to help the channel out. Get to 500 subscribers by the end of the new year. Or by the end of the new year. By the end of this year, even. So, by the new year, should I say. We are so very close. We're like 55 away. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. One question, without showing where my alliances are and stuff, one question that I have been getting asked is, if we go to the event store, go to the event store part of it, what the hell do you spend the points on? Okay, so it's not, I don't know why it's not showing, but there you go. I've got 250 left because I've been spending mine. There you go, it's come up now. So what the hell do you spend the points on? Where do you spend them? And basically how to use the points. So my advice for these are, if you're looking for ships, um, anything ranging from pretty much if you're looking for any ships ranging from the Bortus, all the way up to some of the epic ships. Obviously, I can't get the D4 because I'm not quite there with XP yet. But if you look at the ships, the price is 21k per blueprint, and you can only get 20 of them anyway. Unless you're within maybe, I'd say, unless you're within sort of a range of maybe up to 5 blueprints from getting like an auger or an enterprise, do not waste your money. It is just a massive waste of credits. It's unbelievable. Same with the enterprise. When it comes to the rare ships, these again, you can probably expand these to maybe 10. So don't waste any more than 10, because that's still 88,000 points, and that's a lot of credits. So I wouldn't waste any more than 10 blueprints on this. And again, you're limited to 20 anyway. So unless you're within 10 range, don't waste it on the Burrell, Gladius, or Intrepid. It's just not worth doing. Definitely don't waste them on the miners. Just get them in the faction store. It's just so much easier. And then again with the Sally, you are limited to 50. These are a little bit more cost effective because these are obviously a little bit smaller ships. But obviously you've got to take into account as well, if you are if you're already a level 28 player, you probably will get less credits overall than some of the higher level players like myself, or obviously the higher than me as well. So you got to take these into account. So again, probably no more than 10, or even 15 with this one. Probably no more than 15. If you're within 15, then I'd go with that. Otherwise, don't bother. It's just a massive waste of points. A massive, massive waste of points. The one ships, if I was going to get ships, I'll tell you what ships that I would get. So if you haven't got one already, Franklin, 100%. Unlock the Franklin. 700 per thing, which is quite expensive still, but I'd unlock this. Definitely helps out massively, especially when it comes to hitting swarms. If you don't have the Botany Bay, get the Botany Bay. Again, these are pretty expensive for what they are, but you can get a whole Botany Bay for that cost. It's 1,200 obviously per. There you go. It's 72,000 if you get 30 chest balls, so 72,000 to get the whole of the Botany Bay. You probably won't need the whole of it because most players, most likely, have got at least 30 by doing missions and stuff like that. By doing the auger missions very early on in the game, so you probably don't even need that many. You probably only need maybe up to 30 in the first place. So getting that, really worth it. I definitely recommend getting that ship, 100%. If you want the discovery, you can get it. It's 5. You get 5 for this one per one chest pull. So again, that's pretty good. So you only need 10 chests to get 50, for example. And most players again most likely have a few of the blueprints for this as well. So again, you can get the whole ship for 76,000 of the points. Again, that's not so bad. And then Devore, you're limited to 60 of this one. So unless you're, like I say, unless you're within that 60 range, then it's probably not worth spending the credits on. Otherwise, and I'd recommend getting this as well. Definitely, 100% get the Devore. If you're within that 60 range of the 120, definitely get this. 300 points is actually quite cheap, and I 100% recommend getting this. You got to remember each 10 is only 3,000, which is pretty decent, and then obviously times that by 6. So that's essentially all you can get from this. So it's only 18,000, which is pretty damn good to get the whole 60 that you need. 18,000, like I say, that's pretty good. If you want the Vidar, again, same situation, you get 5 blueprints. Again, most players probably have similar amounts to this. You can do a 20 chest ball for 76,000. That is the whole ship if you need the whole ship amount. If not, do singles or 10 chests, get half of, obviously 50. But again, this is a really good ship as well. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't got all these specialized ships, like the Discovery, like the Stella, like the Devore, Botany Bay, Franklin, then this is your opportunity. I personally think that you should definitely be getting them. Don't waste your credits on like Nano Pro. Don't waste them on the Pass. Don't waste them on Spore Drives, Mycelium, all the rares and stuff, because you can get them from the stores, especially not the modulators. They're really expensive. You can get them from other places. Don't waste your time on getting them. Get the ships, because then you can start upgrading them, then you can start using them. Even at a basic standard, these ships are still really good, especially things like the Devore when it comes to mining lat. These are still really, really good ships to have. Something that I've done, which I advise most players should definitely do if it even appears now, because I've unlocked it. And it does not. Okay, so something I've done personally, and I recommend anyone else doing it as well, is I'll go to here actually. So if I swap my ships up, I now have 2 Stellas. Okay, so I've got my Stella, which they're both the same, both tier 4. The only difference is this Stella is going to be my Stella that I upgrade even further. So I've started upgrading this one, and I've got these to upgrade. Just need some rares, for example, to upgrade this one. And then the other Stella that I've now got, which is this Stella, which is a level 1. I need to go and start doing some XP mining or XP sort of grinding. I'm not going to be upgrading whatsoever. And this one, once I get it to level 20, then this is the one that I'm going to constantly scrap. And this is what I advise people doing. If you can, get 2 Stellas. 100%, 100% get 2 Stellas. The reason you want 2 Stellas, well, I think anyway, the reason you want 2 Stellas is because it makes your life so much easier. Like, especially when it comes to hitting stuff and being able to get the research and stuff like that you need to be able to unlock stuff. Because you go to the Outlaws tab, especially when it comes to stuff like all the Stellar technologies and even beyond. When you click on the Stellar technology, like Stellar weaponry, for example, you need these. Okay, so if players that aren't aware of the Stellar, and if you are new to the game, you need what's called a Stellar particle. The only way you can get Stellar particles is by scrapping the Stellar. Okay, so if you go to the scrap yards, for example, and do your whole get your ship up if you want to scrap it. So, for example, this one's a level 20 ship. This is why I say I recommend getting it to level 20, because this is probably the most cost effective, just because you don't use any rares at this level, or up to this level, should I say. So if I scrap this ship, I'd get 1,520 back. You can get this Stellar Hull scan, which I'll show you how to use that in a sec if you are new to the game. But you get 1,500 Stellar particles. Okay, that's really, really good. Don't scrap it straight away, even if you've tiered it up to level 4, because you get absolutely nothing. You have to get the levels up, otherwise it's worth absolutely nothing. You've just wasted so much time and effort. Okay, so you need to get it to level 20, then you get the whole 1,500, then you get the Stellar Hull, and you get a few other bits of bobs that, to be honest, are neither here nor there. But that's what you need to do. That's what you definitely want to do. So if you can get 2 of them, then I recommend getting 2, because then it means you can grow one to be as max as possible, and then the other one you can then just keep using to get that research and stuff like that. The way to get the use that Stellar Hull particle thing, if you go to the Rogue store, you can unlock this at any level. Okay, this is always there. So you'll get that token, and then you literally just redeem it there, and then that will give you 100 blueprints for the Stellar, which means then you can build it again. And then once you've built it again, then that is it. You done. Okay. While we're here, I may as well do that. Cool. And then that is it. You're done. And then you start the process all over again. You tier it up to level tier 4. Stop upgrading anything on it once it's at tier 4. And then you level it up to level 20. And then you constantly repeat that process. It's a little bit grindy because you've obviously got to get the you've got to get it up to obviously level 20. It's a little bit grindy, but things like the other ships, you can get them in the stores here for the credits. So just don't waste them type of credits on them types of ships. It's just not worth it. Certainly don't waste it on I mean, if you are within, again, officers, these are similar. They are so expensive to get. Unless you're within like 5 of any epic officer, I definitely recommend not doing it because it's just so expensive to do. It's just so expensive to do. I probably, unless you need a couple for some whatever reason, unless you need a few for whatever reason, don't get these either because they're expensive for what you're getting. The officer stuff, this is actually pretty decent. I recommend getting these, spending the 57k on these, get 500 tokens worth. That's really good. I personally think. And again, you get an HS point. You can get that a couple of times as well. So if you get that twice, so that's you can get like obviously 4 chests will give you 1 pull of 800, and then so if you get 2 or 8 chests, so you can get like if you have a decent amount, like say 50,000 credits, you could get 4 chests. In real terms, you can get 4 pulls because obviously you get 2 8 chests, which is 16 chests altogether, which give you 4 pulls. Again, that's really good. I would recommend doing this over going individual officers. The reason I recommend doing this over individual officers is you might not get the officers you want when you pull it from the officer pull. However, you do get a chance of getting all of these other officers where you pull this, and you get a chance of getting spore drives, and you get a chance of getting other things. You get a chance of getting all these other officers, and you might get the officers that you actually want. And again, with this one, I recommend doing this one because then you get the chance of pulling all of these different officers, and it's just so much more worth doing than just doing the individual officers, because it means you can spread the love around a little bit more. Anyway, that's my recommendations for this video. If this video's helped you out, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if this has helped you out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help the channel get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.